ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got...
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as that mom of 5. I'm also known as TMO5 Candle Cole. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. So today, it's been a while. I've spoken about, I've talked about me starting my job. As you all know, I graduated as a nursing student last year. I think last year September or October. And yeah, so actually graduating as a nurse was my second degree. My first degree was information technology, but I've practically not worked with that degree, but no knowledge is lost. So I just thought I would come back here and just share a bit of what I've been doing since I started. I graduated from the University of the West of Scotland here in Glasgow. So before I started my job, I started as a band 4, and when I started as a band 4, the reason why I started as a band 4 was that it took a while before my NMC was administered or given to me. So when I'm talking about NMC, I'm talking about the Nursing and Midwifery Council. They are the regulators for nurses. So all nursing associates in the UK, all are regulated by the Nursing and Midwifery Council, which means that if you are not registered with them, you can't practice as a nurse whatsoever in the UK. So I started as a band 4 at my job, and as a band 4 rate as well. And I think it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks after I started that my pin arrived and my contract was upgraded to band 5. So which means that my starting salary per annum was, I think, 27,500. I think so. So that would be my annual salary. So that's pay. So since I started, I started a week, because I kind of know the environment of this workplace, because it was my management placement. It was the last placement I had, which led to me finishing uni. So I was there for about 12 weeks, in fact 14 weeks, so I had to go back to do some extra hours. So I was kind of familiar with the work environment. It's a very beautiful atmosphere, lots of team working. It was a team working that sold that workplace for me. And all through my placement while I was a student, majority of my placement was at that particular hospital, and I kind of made up my mind that that's going to be the hospital I'm going to work in. And I already kind of envisaged what would I wanted to work in cardiology, but I interviewed for that. I did not get through. So upon starting my final placement at that particular ward, at that particular area, I actually love it. I was like, oh, I love the easiness of this. There's no night shift, there's no weekend, and you only volunteer to work a Saturday, and it's just one Saturday in 6 weeks. So I was like, yeah, why not? So I think it's just about 4 or 5 weeks for me to finish at that placement. There was a job fair and a vacancy opened, and I applied. So that was how I got in. So since I started like a week before the induction date, and when I started, all I was doing was like so the role is PACU, so it's post anesthetic care unit. So when we're talking about post anesthetic care units, it means that we are assigned to the theaters. So I'm more or less like a recovery nurse. So in that my job role within them is that I pre-op patients, I post-op them, and no, we don't admit. So I pre-op patient, which means I go up to the ward to get them, check all the paperwork, check everything is in place, take them to the pre-op area, get them ready for the theater teams. The theater teams comes, give an handover, and that's the patient away. And then afterwards, it depends on what section you're working every day. So we've got pre-op, we've got post-op, we've got scopes where they do all the gastroscopy and endoscopy, and then we've got cath lab, and then in the PACU we do thoracic and non-thoracic and general surgery. So it depends. If I'm in post-operative, I'll be in post-operative all day, and either thoracic post-operative or non-thoracic post-operative. So you kind of have different words like that. So for me, when I started, so I started a week before induction. So when I was doing my induction, I was mostly doing orthopedic patients, like patients who have had joints, knees replacement, hip replacement. Those were the patients I was actually looking after, and I was not able to administer any drugs because I have not had my drug training. So I did that for a week, and the following week was when I had my induction. So after my induction, it means that, yeah, that's me. So I had my name badge, had everything done for me, had all of my trainings dates put in place. So I think 2 or 3 weeks into my into when I started, I had my HLS, which is like my airway training. So how to care for a patient with an airway in. So like most of our general patients, they come in with a Girdle in, so they've got their airway managed, and you need to be able to look after a patient. Either they are breathing for themselves when they come into recovery, or they are not breathing for themselves. You need to be able to kind of like look after them, keep an eye on them till they are ready to breathe on their own, or till they are out of consciousness, and then you can take out their airway. So that way, you know, all of those things that you should know. I did that training. I did my IV training, my drug calculation training, which means that I can give any IV medication, which I'm starting to do now. So I think I'm meant to do 5 on my own. Afterwards, I'll be able to administer, and then I'm meant to do a, what's it called, like a machine training of medication or something. So most of my training are actually up to date. So I've been able to kind of like pre-op most patients, but the ones that I'm actually very very laid back about are the non-thoracic. So when we're talking about the non-thoracics, they are the patients who's had either pneumectomy, those who've had lung surgeries, those patients who have had lung surgery. So the non-thoracic are patients who have had lung surgery. So maybe they've had a wedge resection, they've had some of their part of their lungs taken out. So patients like that, they often come out very sick and in pain most of the time, and they're always either they have epidural or some sort of pain medication in place, or pain management thing in place. So I'm still a bit taken back on looking after them. Most times I've been able to look after patients who have had cardioversions, and I'm quite happy with patients like that. But patients who have actually had lung surgeries, I'm kind of like laid back and taking them, because when they come out, they've got all different wires around them, and I'm like, oh, we with my left hand, I don't want to go and mistakenly pull any cable or any wire. So I'm still laid back. But the good thing is that the other time I've been in that aspect of looking after non-thoracic, I've had other ladies who were working together, and they've not actually left me on my own. You know, when the patient comes out, they've all come together, help me set up in place, help me set things in place, so that at least I know all of that has been done. But so far I actually love where I'm working right now, and it's quite good, to be honest. So like I said, we kind of like rotate. It's still the same post anesthetic care unit. So if I might be in post op all day, which means that I'm recovering patients who have had surgery. The following day I might be in pre-op, which means that every patient who are going to go into theater, I'm going to be one of the staff members who will go to the ward to collect them, bring them to pre-op, check their blood pressure, check all the paperwork is all right, hand over them to anesthetic nurse, and the anesthetist might come out and put a cannula behind their arms, and then they might just maybe talk about some other forms of how to put them to sleep, and then they go into the ward. They go into the theater, or I might be in scopes. So scopes is like where patients come to do endoscopy, colonoscopy. This is to check for maybe there's anything, mostly gastric issues. So when they come like that, so I'm post-oping them, so that is, some of them might take Entinox as as a pain reliever, so they don't feel what's been done. Some might be sedated by using maybe midazolam or fentanyl. And any patient who have come into scopes who have been sedated, we tend to keep them for 45 minutes and then discharge them to a relative. And anybody who has had maybe gas and hair, we just keep them for 15 minutes, offer them something to eat and drink, and then they're away in 15 minutes. So, and the only place I've not been on my own is the cath lab. Anything cardiac like that, I don't want to be left on my own. So I've been told that it might take a while before I'm being allowed to go down there on my own. Maybe I might just kind of go with a member of staff and stuff. So, and it's lovely. I'm enjoying every bit of it, and I'm starting to put a name to all of the anesthetists, because most of the time it's you see all of the anesthetists, especially if you have their patient, you see a lot of them. I've seen the dramatic ones, I've seen the educators, like apart from the anesthetists, I've seen the ones that when they are doing all of their spinal, you know, they chat to you, they tell you why they are doing it, they tell you what stage of what they were doing. I remember I was one of these anesthetist, and he was going to do like a pick line, and he was telling me why he's putting all of these things in place. Every stage of what he was doing, he was telling me. Maybe he knew I'm a newbie, you know, so I know the ones that, you know, when they are doing stuff, they are keen to talk about what they are doing, so you're learning. There are some who just want to back orders at you. It's the women, it's the ladies that I know back orders. The men so far, they're quite good, except for one that is not my pal. It's not my pal, but the ones I've seen so far, they've been very good. They're very, you know, they're very good at their work. And all of my colleagues as well, they've been great. Like my preceptors, I've got 2 of them, and one in particular, oh, she's lovely. She's absolutely lovely. Like, I'm just glad that she's still there. And we actually have a team name. We have a team name for both of us. If we are working the same day, we give ourselves, like, we go by our team name, both of us. Anywhere she goes, she drags me along. And I love the atmosphere. The atmosphere is a very good place for me. I felt it was a good place for me to start. So in that way, I'm able to build my confidence. I'm able to build up on my skills. In fact, there's so many things you can learn. There's so many ways you can learn. And all of the nurses in there, some of them have come from CCU, some of them have come from ICU, so they've all got wide range of skills that me as a newbie, I can actually learn off them, and I'm actually quite glad that I did. So yeah, another colleague of mine also started there, so we both work together, and another one is due to start as well. So I don't know, I mean, forever, my employer takes forever. Like when they are checking all of your paperwork, it takes forever before they get back to you. So I'm hoping she will join us soon. And yeah, I've got no regrets at all. There might be a couple of staffs who are but I just try to stay out of their way, you know. Protect yourself, 1, protect your NMC pin, 2, and protect your patient, 3, and then your colleagues. Those 4 things are my go-to every time I go into work. Yeah, they are my 4 things that I make sure that I don't deviate from when I go into work every day. And so far, God has been great. I've got no regret as well at all. I am learning every day, you know, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be successful in this role. And maybe in the future, I might probably stay in this field, but I may want to specialize into something else. Maybe, I don't know what I want to specialize with in this department, but it's still in the thinking, it's still on the way, and I'm going to get there when the time comes. So that is basically what I've been doing as a band 5 post anesthetic care unit nurse. In other words, a recovery nurse. I'm actually enjoying it, and yeah, I just thought it's been a while I've spoken about what I've been up to since I started my job. And if you love to see, if you love to hear more of what I've been up to at work, do let me know in the comment section. If you're a nursing student at all and you want to learn more about what you should be watching out for while you go on your placement, I've got lots of videos on my channel, but if you can't find a particular one, put your request in the comment section, and you know, just share your nursing skills. I mean, when you started as a new nurse, if you are in the field, share your nursing skills with me, share your experiences with me in the comment section as well. And you know, tag me on Instagram as well. Like when you're hacking about on your job, tag me, let's tag each other. Nurses, tag each other. I'll leave my Instagram handle here. So anyway, if you'd love to hear more of what I've been up to as a nurse, as a band 5 nurse, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment in the comment section if you've got any requests. Don't forget to subscribe and also turn on the post notification so you get notification for anytime I upload a video. And also do not forget to share this video, and I hope to catch up with you in my next video. See you in my next one. Bye.